Okay, so we're on to online marketing. Who here knows search engine optimization, Google PR ranks, backlinks? Good, good.
The technical part of the class just started.
Okay, we're going to try to make it not so technical. Online marketing, it's comprised of two things. Get people to your website, and then once you have them, convert them into patients. Okay? Step number one, how to get people to come to your website. I have a little bit of experience. I'm a self-taught guru. I've got maybe 5 or 6 different websites. One of them gets, like our website, for example, gets about 3,000 unique visitors every month. Okay, that's unique computers on a monthly basis. It's working all the time while we're sleeping or talking to you guys. I have another website. It gets 15,000 unique visitors a month. So what you're looking for is a lot of different people in a targeted area coming to your website. Okay, I'm going to show you all the tricks. But to get there, we got to understand how the internet works. Along came a spider. Have you guys heard of the Google bot or search engine indexing? Okay, basically think of the internet like there are these companies, Google, Bing, and Yahoo, and what they do is they have this spider that crawls the internet and records everything, copies everything, and it saves it on a server. The servers are just computers with memory, right? And it's copying all your stuff and it's putting it on a server, and then David Maisel will go online to Google, Bing, or Yahoo, and he will search, enter some search words, and what happens is it will go to those servers and produce results, right? So the internet is not live, and the internet is very differentiated. So if you go on Google versus a Yahoo, you will get different results because they're pulling up information from their own unique servers, and their spiders are copying things differently and ranking things differently, okay? So here is, I'm not sure if you guys can see this, but this is called Google Keyword Planner. This is something I just pulled up the other day, and it basically shows that on an average month, in Ontario, this is a targeted search, somebody like David Maisel would search for the keywords in Google. He would search for the keywords dentist, London, Ontario, 260 times. Not David, but generally, everyone would use google.ca in Ontario and type in those 3 words. So you have 260 people doing that search every month. It's not bad. I mean, I'd like it to be more searches, but 260 isn't bad. What you're going to see off onto the right, the little red area, is, we'll get into it later, but it's called pay-per-click. And I'll show you the difference between appearing for free on Google's results, on high search page results, versus paying. Okay? But just keep in mind that one way to get on Google in the high areas is to pay. Okay. What I've done yesterday was I typed in the words in Google, dentist in London, Ontario. And you'll see red areas and green areas. The red areas, these are all paid. People actually paid to be here. This is Yellow Pages. You'd pay Yellow Pages and they'd stick you near the top. You'd pay over there. The Google Maps in the top right corner, that's free. And down here, and if you keep going down on the page, which I couldn't fit it in, it's all the organic stuff. So when I say organic, I mean non-paid, free. You're there because you did some stuff to make yourself appear there. Okay? Everyone following me so far? Did you know 90% of people don't get past page 2 on Google once they've typed in keywords?
Sir, I just want to go back for one quick second. Why is the internet so important, or why is a website and having your own web page so important? Does anyone know? The world's becoming a bit of a different place. In yesteryear, someone gives you a referral, they say you should go to this person, you just went, you didn't think twice about it. Now there is just so much information available that even if you get a trusted referral or someone telling you, you're still more likely, at least the newer generation is more likely to still go on the internet, look that up, and still make their own decision despite your suggestion. Sorry? Yes, everyone is shopping around.
Everyone is shopping around.
So this is why this is such an important medium and why we're talking to you about that.
Here's another example. Same kind of keywords, London, Ontario, dentist, and you'll see the paid areas versus the free area. So I'm going to focus a lot of attention on how to get you guys ranking high in the organic or free results. Okay? How to get on page 1. We're going to start off with pay-per-click. So pay-per-click, you register for an AdWords account, you create your ads, you bid on keywords. Remember those prices that I showed you before? $5, $6. Every time somebody clicks, every time somebody clicks on that, for that, this business gets charged that amount. It's an auction. So as the dentist or the dental practice, you will pay for every single click. So I mean, people joke, well, I know Wally down the street, he's got some ads, I'm just going to go on Google and click, 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 and really rack up his bill. It doesn't work like that. I mean, after a while, Google senses that you're trying to, jack up his bill, so they won't do that. But that's what you can do. You can run a campaign, bid on keywords, and pay every time someone clicks. Now for the free stuff. This is the good stuff that's going to last for a long time. It's going to build in a lot of organic traffic. Because if you don't have those ads that I showed you and you're not paying for them, you're not there. Number 1, here's the strategy. Select good keywords. Number 2, do on-page optimization. I'm going to explain everything in detail. On-page optimization simply means make every page of your website use certain techniques to rank high for your keywords. Okay? Number 3, promote your content. It's all about disseminating, getting that content out there, social media sites, directories, and then getting the backlinks, and we'll talk about that. And then finally, always evaluate your progress and improve. You guys ready to get into this? Step 1, pick good keywords. And what are we going to use? Here's a keyword planner from Google. It's free, and all you can do is basically type in the keywords. I'd always suggest go back to your niche, go back to your brand. What is your brand? What keywords relate to your brand? Type them in and see what kind of searches are being done. So for Dentist London, Ontario, you'll see that they've got a whole bunch of keywords, the average monthly searches, how high is the competition, and what are the bids if you want to pay per click for those keywords. And finally, you want to list your keywords based on high average monthly searches and low competition. So this is what I do, And by the way, just so you know, evenings, dental office, if there's an S there, dental offices, that's a completely different keyword. That's something completely different. So every letter counts. Also the positioning. I mean, if they put dental office, periodontal clinic evenings at the end, that's a completely different keyword. Okay? So you can do variations of them. You can add S's. You can remove S's. Every keyword counts. So you make your list, and you've got your list of 100 different keywords based on your niche that you want to promote. Next step is optimizing your page. You've got a website, and what you're going to do is for every page, I actually am a big promoter of WordPress. Have you guys heard of WordPress before? What is it?
What's the word? Like it's the platform on which your website is based, or is that
Yes.
what you're going to say?
Content management, and it's easy to use. I use it for all my websites. It's great because the search engines, the Googles, the Yahoos, they love it, and they're going to rank you really high if you've got this kind of platform working in the background. And I'll show it to you in a second. So you're going to get a domain name. Ours is dentistlawyers.ca. Next step, I installed WordPress in the back end. It's free, easy to use. And by the way, if you guys aren't comfortable with doing any of this, get the professional to do it. As long as you know what they're doing, then you can kind of manage and control from afar. Install optimization plugins, and I'll show you what those are all about, and install or tweak your theme. Okay, and then finally create content. So here is a quick video on WordPress. This is WordPress. This is what WordPress looks like for our website. When I sign in the back end, as you can see, it's a content management system, and I can create posts. I'll show you all the posts that are up there. That's a post. That's what a post looks like. This is a video embedded from YouTube. There's my picture. You can do a lot of cool things. You can put categories. You can put tags. And I'm going to show you some neat tricks that you can do to focus on the keywords that you want to rank high for. Don't go after any keywords, but those that your niche is based around. Right? Here's a way to upload images and videos. It's all very user friendly, if you ask me.
It's even friendlier when you have someone else doing it for you.
These are the different themes, right? The theme is basically on the face of your website. What does it look like? And you can change the theme and the content still stays the same. And these are all sorts of plugins that you can install to make your website rank even higher. And I'll get into all that in a bit. Okay, so I just wanted to give you a quick introduction to WordPress. Optimizing your page. None of this should make sense to most of you, okay? But the idea is you want your website to be search engine optimized or optimization friendly, which means that when people are going on Google or Yahoo and typing in the keywords, because you pick those great keywords centered around your niche, centered around your brand, that they're going to find you. And for you to convince Google to copy your website in a way that's found near the top, you got to do some of these things. These are all techniques, okay? So, your URL. What's your website called? Does it have your keywords in the actual name itself? Or tags. I mean, when you write something, have you added something in the bottom saying, these are the keywords I'm focusing on. These are my tag words, okay? Let's take a look at H1, H2, H3 tags. Do you guys know what those are? We're going to go into them. But basically, if you write a line of text, like David Maisel in regular text, you can actually highlight it and say, I don't want that to be regular text. I want it to be H1, header 1. And what it does is it makes it bigger, bolder, may underline it, it may emphasize it. So they're emphasized. So what is that telling the search engines? The spiders, here's my keywords. Here's what I'm focusing on. Copy my stuff and make sure to prominently display it when someone does a search. Okay? And permalinks. You don't want to have a website that has www.dentistlawyers.ca/1234. The 1234 is a permalink and it doesn't have your keywords in it. So make sure your keywords are in the permalink. And that's basically your subpages. Okay, we'll get into some of that. Here's a blog post. Can anybody tell me what they think this blog post is all about? What have we written here?
Shout it out.
Selling a dental practice. Looks pretty basic. At first, you look at it and you're like, yeah, okay, selling a dental practice. Blah, 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 blah. Guess what? Look what I've done. The permalink at the top. Do you notice? It's got the word sale of a dental practice. Selling a dental practice. That's a category. That's the name of the blog. There's the name of the blog. This is your H1. It's underlined. It's big. It's bold. There's an H2. When I figure out what keywords I want to use, I actually strategically do it in a way that they appear, but not every sentence. It's called keyword density. And basically what you want to have is 5% of your content should involve your keywords. Your keywords should appear near the top, right? And throughout, but only 5% of the time. So I typically write 500-word articles. So I want my keywords to appear about 25 times, and not all the same keywords, slight variations of it. So when you go on Google and you type in sale of a dental practice sale, dental sale Ontario, this appears, right? Let's take a look at the bottom of that same blog post. Okay? We've got related posts about selling your dental practice, and these are your tags. These are the keywords that when you're in WordPress, you can actually write these words out and say, well, I'm categorizing this using these keywords. Dental practice sales, dental lawyer, dental practice. And you guys can do the same thing. Okay? So we're done now with on-page optimization. 500 words, low keyword density, permalinks, headers, H1, H2, all that good stuff. Okay, step 3. You've written your content, now you got to get it out. How are you going to disseminate your content? And this is where social media comes in. Social media is not the be-all and end-all. I mean, having a Facebook page is great, having LinkedIn and Twitter is great, but there has to be an objective. The objective has to be getting your content out and building backlinks back to your website. Always has to come back to your website because that's where the action happens. Do you guys know what a backlink is? You must know what a backlink is. A backlink is a link on someone else's website that takes the user on their website to your website. It's linking back to your website. We're going to talk about how important backlinks are. Basically, when search engines, they copied your page, they store it on their server, but are they going to rank you high? Not necessarily. They want to make sure that your website is old and authoritative and relevant and credible. And guess what really speaks to those things? Backlinks. Being well connected on the internet. You have personal relationships in your real life. Your backlinks are your personal relationships online. And the more you have from high quality sources, the better. So what you're going to do is you're going to have a link building campaign where you disseminate your content on very high ranking, high traffic, high authority websites. And the more you have of those, the better. So we'll talk about some of these things. The idea is to get backlinks from relevant and authoritative websites. Who here has heard of Google PR Ranker? Okay, every website in the internet is ranked on a scale of 0 to 10 in terms of their authoritativeness. Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn are probably ranked 10. 95% of other websites on the internet are ranked 0 or 1 or 2. Okay, because they don't have good content, they're not regularly updated, they're not trustworthy. So Google will basically say, your website is low PR rank, we're not going to put you on Google page 1 because of that. We don't trust you. Okay, you can do all the on-page optimization you want, we're just not going to rank you high. Oh, and here was ours. I mean, this is dentistlawyers.ca, that's our website, and after about 2 years, which isn't a long, 3 years online, we've got a 3, and a 3 is actually quite good. Most websites won't get past 4 or 5. Only the really, really popular ones, YouTube and what have you, will get past that and end up at a 9 or a 10. So, backlinks, the links on other websites should be very small in number compared to all the other links on the page. And they should be near the top, prominently placed. Again, whoever is having those links should do things, underline them, make them big, make them bold. And having keywords, your keywords, based on your niche, have those actual words in the text of the link. So instead of just it saying, click here to go to Dr. So-and-so's practice. Here, you see that's the link? You don't want that. You want, check out this. There's your keywords in the actual link. If that's near the page, prominently placed on an authoritative website, and there's not a lot of links, that's a great relationship. That's how you build a lot of good links. Go ahead, Dave.
All this stuff can be big and overwhelming, but just like dealing with your patients on a daily basis, little steps, all these baby steps add up to a much bigger picture and a much bigger bang for your practice.
Okay, so now we're on step 4. Step 1 was pick good keywords. Step 2, on-page optimization, using the various techniques we talked about. Page 3, building those links up, getting those relationships back to your website. That's how the traffic is going to come. And then step 4, you need to continually evaluate and improve. Okay? So this is Google Analytics. This is free. This is our website. This shows we've had, since January of this year, a whole bunch of people visiting. It tells you what kind of browser they're using, what language it is, how long they're staying. We've had 5,500, almost 6,000 unique visitors. This is actually live when I recorded it yesterday. These are 2 people who are looking, one in Pickering and one in the US, so I don't know who that person is, but who are looking at the website. And you can actually see what keywords they typed in, if it's available, and how they got there, where they were referred from. So Google Analytics is a free tool, just like lots of other, like the Keyword Planner, that you can use to find out all sorts of stuff about your visitors. And it will tell you, let's see, the behavior. Yeah. Here's all the pages, right? The permalinks. These are the pages that people are looking. How many times are they going there? Are they staying there or going to somewhere else? Are they coming and bouncing off your website right away? That's called a bounce rate. So if you have a website and you have a high bounce rate, it means people are not staying. They're looking at your website and then off they go. That's not good. You want a low bounce rate. You want them staying. Okay?